So, this episode should be an interesting watch. I do not have a plan. Yeah, I'm just hitting record because I know I'm going to be playing on the server a lot, but I don't know quite what's going to make up this episode. And it might be full of random bits like this. Hey, I got something for you.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Been meaning to give you that for a while. It looks so cool,
Oh,
doesn't
that's
it?
the trophy! Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah, man, it's dope. Don't place it on the ground.
Yeah, it's a pumpkin thing. Can you put it in an item frame?
That's the way you do it. Let's get one of those.
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you, Xisuma.
Hey, no problem. I mean, thank Hoffen. I just get Hoffen to make these, you know?
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. Look at that.
Hoffen?
Hoffen made it. Hoffen makes
Dude, that's
loads of cool
so
stuff.
nice.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
It's so cool.
The eyes, I think, are my favorite bit.
Yeah. I like how you did it, or how it was done kind of mossy, too. I think that's a good way of doing it. Instead of like bright and golden or something, it's more natural.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been weeks, but I finally got to give Efo the Frogger trophy for his game, which is sitting over here on the shelf. And I thought I'd give you an update on how the competition is going. I'm now tied with Cleo, but Cubfan has entered the race, amassing 2,500 diamonds in profit. And when the hermits are making diamonds, I'm making diamonds. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft, an episode without a plan. I've got lots that I want to do, but I just don't know how it's all going to come together as an episode. And this right here will be the main reason why. Me and Corrales are undertaking a mega project together. He has been so kind as to give me his talent and his time and come around here and create an extraordinary, fantastic build of which right now you'll have to use your imagination because it's going to take a very long time to build the whole thing. And what's kind of annoying is I don't want to tell you what it's for because that's going to be like a big reveal for a mega project in the future. So I won't be telling you this episode. And you know what? I don't think this build will even get done this episode because I got to go out there and grind all of the resources. And you've seen this stuff over and over again in episodes, right? Like, check this out. I got loads and loads of sand, but I will share with you this clip because when I was out there, I actually found a lone allay floating through the desert. So I decided, hang on a second, let's breed this and then get a few of them and use them to help me collect the sand. And that's what they did. And my conclusion is, allays are actually really, really good for this. It just let me focus on mining the blocks, and then they would continuously bring me the sand that dropped on the ground. It was actually a really good use for these little suckers. The point being, I really want to skip over some of the grindy, repetitive stuff, but that's going to be unavoidable now thanks to this fancy new mod called Flashback, which I'm using to do everything you see on the screen with this shot. It is a tool for making time lapses, and thus I need to get to grips with using it. So nothing too spectacular for that time lapse. I was just getting to grips with the program and learning how to use it. And what I was doing in the time lapse was clearing out all of the terrain that needs digging away for this mega build. I've also put down a lot of guidelines for the shape of this building And yeah, building is what happens next over here, as we've ripped out most of the terrain that was in the way of doing all of that. Oh, and right now, this just looks a bit crazy right now. Trust me, this is going to be one stunning build when it's finished. Do you want to host your own Minecraft server? Then I can point you in the right direction. This video is made in affiliation with Logic Servers, who not only host Minecraft, but tons of other games too. They specialize in both web hosting and game servers, and operate their own network infrastructure, meaning traffic management and hardware configurations are optimized for the task at hand. Best of all, they offer dedicated servers, meaning you can have a whole machine dedicated to playing Minecraft just like Hermitcraft does. You can pick from a variety of data centers with no extra charges for premium locations, and see what CPU is available too. They also offer one-click installs for over 700 mod packs and other editions of Minecraft, including snapshots and Bedrock. Interested? With promo code Xisuma, you can get 20% off, so click the link in the description box and get 20% off your first purchase.
Hey!
Hi.
What's up, buddy?
Not much?
You started, by the way. This looks, Shashman, building stuff in creative is one thing. Doing them on the server in survival is a complete opposite.
I know.
And I'm having regrets seeing the sheer size of this. I mean, the foundation of this project is huge.
Yeah, what have we gotten ourselves into?
You know what? I reckon it's like a 2-hour job, right? Maybe.
I mean, to get a little bit of it done, yeah, maybe. Have you got your shulker boxes? Because I've gone and grinded out a ton of stuff. You've grinded out a ton of stuff.
I've got everything we need.
Wow.
It's all we need
to
get by. Oh. Let me just kill off every badness around here. Oh my goodness, I'm on fire. Okay. Do we have any more white concrete on you?
No, we ran out.
The floor? Okay. Ouch, 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 ouch. All right, so let's just get the time lapse going, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. That's right, me and Keralis had to grind out a heck of a lot of shulker boxes of materials to put this thing together. And the good news is, it's all done now. We had a couple of days of very focused building, just getting onto the server as much as we could and building together. But because Keralis designed and created this incredible build, I kind of wanted him to take the focus on this one. So I'm not going to be showing you the build right now. But it is indeed finished, I can report, as of this point in time. It's completely done, which is just incredible. And I can't thank Keralis enough. Not only did he build it in creative, he came on the server, helped me do it all in survival. So please do head over to his channel and check out his latest episode of Hermitcraft. And over there, you can see the time-lapse of the whole thing being put together. So you and I, my friends, will come back to that project at another point in time. Right now, though, I do actually know what we're going to focus on for the next part of this episode. And I have this rather comical instinct when leaving my base to just fly in this direction. But no, we've actually got to go over here to the gaming district. My plan is for us to finish Mace Race, or at least finish enough of it that it becomes playable. And yes, this side is very different from the opposite one that we did in the episode when I introduced this. But I made a bit of a mistake with my approach. I didn't give myself enough time to think through all the different ways of creating this game. And I actually learned a lot while I was making this one that resulted in me not really liking the final outcome. I do not like how boxed in this challenge is, with all the ceilings and all the sides sealed off. Don't worry about that. This is all getting torn down today. But yeah, as fun as this is, like, you're trapped inside of this big space and it doesn't really feel really fun. And especially if you want to observe the race from the outside, it's kind of flawed. So it's still a race and it's still going to be mirrored. So I'll be tearing down this side and building a big course like we've got on the opposite. But before we go any further, I want to address some issues with this game. There are some really big limitations on how we can use the armor stands in this environment of making it into a race. The most important one is that I don't want hermits to die during this race and use destructive environments like lava, which could actually destroy the mace. Just remember how long it took me to get that thing, okay? We do not want to lose them. So because we don't want players to die in our game, it also makes downwards obstacle courses kind of tricky because you don't want the player to like hit the ground and then die. And yes, we could use water to catch them when they fall, but then they have to traverse backwards up to the beginning of that part of the course. This is a problem to me because I want the race to not penalize the player for making a mistake. I want this to be a swift and fast activity where players race each other and feel close during that race. So because of this, things like cobwebs are out of the question, because if a player were to collide with one, if it were an obstacle, it's such a pain to get back out of again. It could really slow you down. Now, moving armor stands is another fantastic suggestion I've had, but guess what? You can't put an armor stand into a minecart in survival mode. Plus, we use the no gravity feature to make our game work, and because of that, you can't move this with pistons or with water streams. I've also seen the suggestion to use a mob like a Ravager, but the mace can do a lot of damage, so it would be tricky to keep these alive during a game. And yes, I know we just made a massive potion brewer, but I really want to keep things simple. Other ideas included using the slime block for bouncing across and the honey block for sliding upon. Also, the drip leaf has a kind of parkour element to it. But that was the problem with all three of these. They just turned the game into parkour. So for all of these reasons, the game has been kept really simple, and I wanted to make it feel like a race. So now our objectives here are really simple and honestly quite repetitive. It's all about just bouncing on the targets and moving along to the next objective. And we have quite a few checkpoints where you don't need to go all the way back to the beginning, because now that I've made it here, I'll always be able to walk back up to these spots. So this is quite frequent. We started off with one jump, then a succession of 2 and a succession of 3 before we do something a little different and we get the player to go upwards. This is really similar to the one that we were in earlier when we were just talking about how I didn't like this side over here. I've just simplified the concept now. So let's give it a whirl. Oh, this is a good start. You can see I've had a lot of practice doing this. In fact, the thing that I've been saying is that I've been playing this more than I've been building. So let's scroll down on times used. And there it is, the mace, 1,673. You'd think I'd be a pro by now, but I still mess it up on occasion. So then we drop down into some water to avoid fall damage, which of course we're going to take on occasion. And that's why we've got beacons now covering the entire course. Oh, come on. Oh, so close. I absolutely love playing this. And here's a fun fact for you. The course itself is just over 100 blocks. If it were less than that, I could have just used one set of beacons. But as you'll see, we've got 2 to cover the entire area. We have speed 2 to keep the race nice and nippy when the player is walking across blocks. Then we have resistance 2 to minimize the amount of damage. We have regeneration to recover from damage, and we've also got haste. And I've done some testing. It turns out that if your mace is not like fully recharged and you hit an armor stand, you still get the wind burst effect. So it's unnecessary, but I guess it's there. Anyways, let's get this one done already. It always requires a little focus, so it's tricky to kind of talk at the same time. All right, now we get to the corner where you go up in big increments all the way to the top here, and this is a really gratifying course, especially if you start chaining it all together like that. Okay. You can do this a little bit faster, but that was pretty good. So the next part of the course is a trick shot of sorts. I think this one might need a little revision because it's kind of simple at the moment. But the idea is that if you get the timing right, you just make it through that gap. But it is also very difficult to time this thing so that you actually go over the top of it. I'm not even sure that it's possible, but there we go. You've landed and gone through. And this one I really like because it's about chaining 2 shots together to go over the top. But if you fail and hit the ground here, you can kind of start from this spot and drop down onto that one. And so if you get this far and miss, you can drop from here to there. So it's not too punishing. Let's go and give this a go. If your timing's really good, you can do it like that. That was the best way to get through that part of the course. Now, on this side of the course, we started using copper grates a lot, so that's kind of like a recurring theme. And here, it's above your head this time. So the further along you get, you're going to bounce your head and fall down quicker. Oh, I've got this. I've got this. And this one is kind of new to me because I've only just finished building it, but the idea is that you have to kind of twist and turn around the back of one of these pillars to hit them. And this very last one is just a good bit of fun. It's about timing and going from left to right, turning around as you go really high, all the way to the top, and this is the finishing bit. By the way, I've been designing a lot of this on my live streams, which also get uploaded to my second channel. So if you want to follow me on Twitch or follow my second channel, head over to linktree.xisuma.co. That's got links to all the stuff that I do, so you can find both of those there. And it was on one of my streams that I got a suggestion that the end of the race should finish high up in the sky, so you can sort of look back over the course. So the idea is that we'll have some sort of redstone to confirm who's the winner, and then there'll be like a platform that both can share in the middle to look back over the course. But before we get to that, I've got to finish the course, which involves tearing down the one on that side and then rebuilding it so it's identical to this one here. All right, there we go. Another time lapse thanks to the flashback mods. I'm definitely getting more comfortable with using it. And look at this here. Mace Race in front of us finally has both sides finished, which means we can actually race on this thing. And to put yet another finishing touch on this, I've changed the texture of our bounce pads. As you can see, it is the cut copper texture from the opposite side, and actually went and doubled these up in the texture pack so that we can have it over here as well, and it looks really, really slick out here on the course. I am so excited now to team up with another hermit and give this thing a proper race. Probably going to aim to do that in the next episode though. This one took me a lot of time, as you can imagine, but I had something very helpful for mirroring this whole thing with these different blocks on the opposite side here. There is a mod called Litematica. It can create schematics that show you where to place blocks. It can also be used to automatically place those blocks. And myself and anyone else here who plays on Hermitcraft, none of us use this feature. Just want to make that super clear. What it did do is help me take the layout of the right-hand side and mirror it over to the left. And for this, I had to use some tools inside of the mod that I haven't used before. So I started by using the area editor to create an area around the existing part of Mace Race that we had initially constructed. And then once I'd adjusted this and got the right parameters, we could save it as a schematic. Now the next trick was to put that schematic that we had just created back into the world, but to mirror it and then move it into the correct position so it was directly alongside the one we've already got. Now after this, you have to go into tool mode for edit schematic and then assign a hotkey for the edit replace all function. So then you can go up to the schematic and aim at a block. If you're holding a block in your hand and you press the hotkey, what it's going to do is replace all the same blocks in the schematic with the one that you're holding in your hand. So I went through and I changed the main blocks to their alternate ones for this side of the build. So you can see some of the ghost blocks here from where I've flipped the terrain on the opposite side to this space over here. And then when I go through and like break a couple of these blocks, you can see they're ghosts right there. So we could change all of these ghost blocks to the type we wanted on this side and then go through and place them all in the exact correct spot. This was really, really handy, and that's why I wanted to just share it and show it with you right here. If any of you use Litematica as well, it is a really neat trick to know about. Now, there is one last thing to check out, which is this corridor that I put in between here out of tough blocks to make the 1.21 theme complete. The idea here is that this is for observers to watch the game, to see the players go through the course, but there is a slight problem with this. Hey, Doc, hi.
Hey.
Hey, how am I supposed to get into this thing? Dude, give me a minute of your time. Just one, right. I got to do one quick thing. I'll fix that in a second. I just need you to kind of stand still.
You're not gonna smash me, aren't you?
No, not you. Just, yeah, stand there. That's brilliant. Oh, it sends you flying.
Wait, this was it? That's what you were trying to do, to smash me?
No. Okay, watch. This time stand a little further away from the armor stand, yeah? I wasn't even trying to hit you. Check this out. I'll hit the armor stand, right? That time only sent you a little bit.
Yeah.
That's promising. Okay.
Yeah, I by the way, I went to your game in the mini game district and I used my hammer and it broke a few armor stands and stuff.
When did you do that?
Yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. I know who. Okay, I fixed all of those today. That's no problem. No problem. Yeah, I'm building.
I blame Gem.
I'm building the bit where people can come and watch, and it kind of occurred to me that while people are slamming into these armor stands, it will send them flying. Yeah. So I need to take that into consideration.
What windburst level was that? 1?
Yeah, windburst level 1. So what level do you have? Oh wait, what happened? Oh wait, it came back. Did your voice just get DC'd?
I don't know. You were gone.
Yeah. Did you see like the little logo in the corner change, or was it just happened to me? I'll check the console and have a look. Sorry, what were you saying?
I said.
Wait, you're troll. I can hear the fan. You're not saying. Nah, you're bobbing your head. Oh my god, what, dude? If you didn't have like a fan on in the background, you probably would have got me.
No, I just said week because I have level 2 now, and it took me only 3 weeks and 98 freaking vaults to get it.
Wow. Yeah, I was bummed when I got Windburst 1, but then when I did some testing, I realized that 2 was too strong for my game. So after getting 2 lots of 1, it turned out to be a good thing.
There is not even a level 3 in. There's only level 1s. That's the only thing you can get.
Oh. So you have to get it several times to get it up to. That's so
4 times
mad.
If you want level 3, it's complete bullshit.
To be fair though, the height that it goes at, you could say, is pretty OP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what's going on here, Doc. I see exactly what's going on. Just trying to casually mace me.
No. Hey, put back the block.
Woo!
I'm not smashing you. I'm not allowed to smash anymore. Since I smashed Gem, it's a long story. So.
I might have put this in the wrong place. I'm not sure.
No.
I think it's correct.
No, it's correct. Yeah. That would drive me insane if I know one block is wrong here.
You'd have to rebuild the whole thing, of course.
Yeah, of course.
The only appropriate response.
All right.
Yeah. Cheers for helping out, man. Enjoy your barbecue.
No worries.
Aha, so Doc was kind enough to let me test this out, and the conclusion is pretty simple. If a player is to windburst this one over here, it's probably unlikely if I'm standing here I'm going to get knocked back that far, but if they're right next to where I am, I can get sent up into the air and possibly into the opposite side. So for that reason, this is kind of sunk down a little bit. I'm hoping the players will just clip into the walls. But I think what's most likely is going to happen is that the players are just going to use a camera like this to watch the whole event unfold. But either way, they can come down to the bottom here. And of course, for the second half, you're going to have to pick a side and then go up like this to watch all of the action. And if this gets used or not, it just kind of looks cool between the tracks. So I'm happy that it's here. And I'm unbelievably happy with how this project is turning out. But still, it is not quite done. Rules and instructions are required. I've also got to build the end, which doesn't have any more of the game itself, just some sort of system to identify the winner, maybe have a little podium up there, and then we're going to be tidying up the entrance and the area around it. And if that'll be in the next episode or the one after, I am not in a rush. I want to do this correct. As you know, we tried to build this all in one episode and I didn't like what I created. So taking my time with this project is key, and next episode I may just be introducing what's happening over at the build that me and Keralis did, so that could take a lot of my time too. So anyway, you should subscribe though to catch that next episode, and leave a like if you want to support the channel. Check out our sponsor, Logic Servers, in the description box down below if you're interested in getting yourself a Minecraft server. And I will see you soon with another one. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.